My name is Joanna. I'm a dietitian at Farm Health, and I love to cook. And today I'm going to share with you a few not so simple recipes, but they're delicious. So today, and I hope we'll have one of our lovely doctor, Golikeri, might join us as well to support us in sort of more information about certain ingredients and so on. Dr. Golikeri, she's Farm Health physician specialized in obesity medicine, but also she's a trained in culinary medicine. So it's a sort of very interesting branch of medicine that focus on treating different diseases, different sort of misalignments through food, right? Which is sort of that, food is our medicine. So let's get busy today. Again, I selected 3 recipes, quite ambitious, but hopefully you can follow along, or you can just watch and maybe select one of the recipes that you like and recreate that over the weekend. So bowls generally became a quite popular several years ago, I think. In every corner in the cities, you will see popping different restaurants or sort of different places that you can go and get a different creation of different bowls. Often when I go to the office, our crew will go and go to one place, dig or other, and you can select basically whole variety of different ingredients and assemble that as a sort of one dish. And my apologies for mispronouncing the word bowl. I'm from Poland, and I still struggle distinguish between a bowl as this one or a bowl as a tennis ball. So if I mispronounce, put a smile on your face and it's like, okay, she's just not she doesn't know how to do it, but you know what I mean if I say a bowl. This is a bowl what I'm referring to, right? So healthy bowls. And healthy bowls will have always several ingredients. Sometimes they call grain bowls as well. So you will have some type of starch, and since we are trying to make it healthier, we'll use in place of rice, or you can use quinoa, you can use buckwheat, you can use, actually some people use noodles. So there's so many different types of starches that you can use to build your whole bowl, right? So we have starch. Second sort of ingredients, and the starch could be seasoned in many different ways or could be plain. The second ingredient would be a protein, right? Because we know from sort of, you all are here because you want to sprint and you want to improve your health and you want to feel strong. So proteins are very, very important. So I typically encourage all my patients to make sure that each meal what they eat contains some sort of protein. So the protein could vary, could be, today we're going to use salmon for one of the dish. We're going to use chicken, and also we're going to use tofu. You can use legumes, different beans. Also, they contain protein. So all of it is very, very important, adding the protein, right? So we have sort of the grain. We can use old school sort of grain, rice. We can use, for your family, I often cook regular rice. Brown rice would be much healthier. Sometimes I use quinoa, farro, wheat berries, all kinds of stuff. I'm sorry, there's someone who has not, doesn't have is not muted. If you can mute it, that would really help with the quality of recording. I don't know who is that. Just hit the button on the left for microphone. I would appreciate it. Thank you. So we have grains, we have, or the starch, which we're going to use for lower carb. We're going to use the cauliflower rice in our case, and we're going to add the protein, and we're going to add tons of vegetables in a different form, different shapes, because again, vegetables are good for us, right? Gives us a lot of fiber and other nutrients, fill us up. So this is an easy way to add different varieties. And the idea is that we're adding different vegetables, could be some of them cooked, some of them are raw, and they will sort of have different texture, different flavors. So we have the whole buffet in our mouth when we have a sort of protein bowl, when we create that. And the magic on top is adding sauces. So I sent you several different types of sauces that you can create and add it on. Today, we're going to use sriracha mayo sauce, very delicious and spicy. We're going to use even just a yogurt, but you have tahini sauce, you can have tzatziki, you can have harissa, you can have miso, which I often will make a whole jar of that and keep it in refrigerator and use it for different sauces. Today, we're also going to make one of my favorite peanut sauce. So we have the sauces, and that adds a lot of flavor. Also, when you create the bowl, you can add different toppings, different crunchies. So you can add seeds like sesame seeds, pumpkin seeds, chopped nuts. You can add pumpkin paprika seeds, right? You can add also some fruits like you can add a little bit of few cranberries if you want, or pomegranate seeds are delicious, add beautiful color, and also add a little different texture to your final creation. So this is basically a bowl, and there's endless possibilities that we can create different flavors, right? Doesn't have to be today. I'm going to go with two Asian flavor, one the Thai flavor with tofu, and one Japanese flavor, and one Mexican or south sort of the board flavors, like a taco seasonings. But you can make Moroccan flavors. You can add different twists to it, and again, almost the same ingredients. It's just different sauces will give you a very different end results, right? And the beauty of this, you can sort of serve to the whole family. It's not just for you. And often I will put in a sort of bowls in serving, and people will grab whatever it's needed, what they like, you know, if you can make a cauliflower rice, or you can make regular rice. If your kids like regular rice, go for it. That's great. They can use that. So again, it's sort of nice having the different buffet or different selections, and just assemble your own what you prefer. There is a little chopping. I'm not saying it's not, but you always can do some shortcuts. Stores sell a lot of pre-chopped vegetables as well. So that could be a simple sort of way to do that. Also with the bowls, and we're going to do that, we can in a jars, big jars, layers of that stuff, and take it to work for lunch. Very sort of simple way to contain all your healthy lunches. Okay, we'll try to assemble. Okay, so first let's do the mango crispy tofu with peanut sauce. This is the most complex and a little bit out there. I don't know how many people actually like tofu. You can tell me, or you can write or have you tried tofu in the past? Anybody? You can unmute yourself and tell me, or you can write.
Saying not my favorite. I personally like tofu, but only if it's seasoned really well.
Yeah.
Someone is saying tofu is awesome. Haven't tried it, so we have the whole gamut here tonight.
Okay.
So you're
Perfect. So let's talk about tofu, right? See, this is a good workout for me too. Okay, so tofu, it's made from soybean, and soybean, as you can see, it's basically bean, right? it's a legume, a lot of protein. So if someone is vegetarian, or if someone is trying or vegan, or trying to sort of go that route and include more plant-based, this is a wonderful source of protein. So, and tofu comes in different consistency. One could be a sort of silken tofu that you can use for smoothies, or you can use a tofu. It's usually sold in a container with a water in it, or it's a water, and it could be soft or hard. I bought tofu today, super firm. This is sort of came in a package like this. It's a super firm. If your tofu is extra firm, not super firm, what you can do, you can go and basically press your tofu if it's too watery. So you can get a good, pan, something, put something so you don't put directly, and press it in, and we'll squeeze out the extra liquid out of that. So it will make it much better. So tofu is tasteless. I agree. There's not much to it. So it's not exciting by itself unless it's made in Japan or in some Japanese restaurant that they serve and they pride themselves on making tofu. And usually it's like, to eat this, you really have to be have a really good dexterity with your chopsticks, because it's a gel and it has a little soy sauce and it's like, anyhow. But that firm tofu this is a really firm. As you can see, it's difficult to even like break it. So I cut the block, and I just cut it in 3 and then cut it in half and smaller cubes. So what are we going to do? We're going to marinate the tofu. So not really a lot of, so look at this. It's just a cube, right? It's like having, it's a cheese. It's a cheese made from soy. So to get it crispy, because we're going to bake, we need to get a little bit of oil and soy sauce. So soy sauce will season the tofu. By itself, again, flavorless. So I'm going to add a tablespoon of soy sauce. Oh, I mixed up this one. Okay. A little bit more. So I'm going to mix that. And I'm going to add cornstarch. So this is the secret ingredients. Adding a cornstarch to that, a tablespoon, will coat that and make it sort of crispy when we bake. All right, so I'm just going to gently toss it, soy sauce and the all right. So now, again, we're going to bake it. So I heat up my oven 420, and I'm going also attempt to bake it in an air fryer. We'll see. My daughter, who she's 15, and she is sort of not a big fan of tofu, but she wants to like tofu. So she was actually quite excited and saying, "Mom, you really have to make it crispy." So we'll do best. And so I'm just going actually. Okay, so not going to touch it, and I'm using my fingers. At home, you do your, a little bit. I don't want the liquid. I don't want the liquid to go on it, because it's going to make it more. It's not going to make it crispy, and we want to be crispy. All right. Actually, no, I'm going to just bake it. All right, we have our tofu on a parchment paper with a little bit of oil and soy sauce, and ready to be baked. Let's see how this is going to go. Kim, could you do me a huge favor and set it up for, let's do 15 minutes and then we can check it.
Starting it now.
Fabulous. Thank you. Thank you. All right, so we've done our tofu is baking. If you are sort of new to tofu, try this way. You can even go and buy already seasoned tofu. Sometimes they have with sriracha with different flavors, baked tofu, teriyaki flavor. So explore that. It's a nice option to have, and you can just grab it and sort of cut it and put it on your salad or part of your meal. So be sort of open to at least try it. I know some people love it, some people not so much, but a little open mind might be helpful. All right, so 15 minutes and it's baking. Now we're gonna make our delicious peanut sauce. All right, I am so excited about this sauce. Everybody's excited in my family about the sauce, so hopefully you get excited about it too. So it's a very simple, it's creamy, it's peanut butter, of course. And it's very simple to make. So peanut butter generally has quite a bit of calories, so don't use that peanut sauce freely, like by the ginormous spoonful. Use with some restrictions, but it again a little bit goes really long ways. It's delicious on anything. I put on roasted chicken, I put on the salad. You can make it thinner, you put on the salad, you can put in dipping anything. It's, if you like it, one of my patients, I sent her the recipe, she made it. It's like, Joanna, you are right, it was really good. So another thing, if you are allergic to peanuts, you can definitely use other non-peanut paste. They have sunflower, you can use almond butter, so we change a little flavor, but this is, we're going for that Thai flavoring, right? The peanut sauce that we typically get in Thai restaurants. So I have a 1/3 cup of peanut butter, and this is our local sort of in Boston peanut butter Teddy's. I love it. It's natural. I don't use in my house Skippy or Jiffy or anything with hydrogenated fat or adding fat, or this is a plain peanut butter, salted, or you can use unsalted. Very easy and still delicious. Sometimes if it's separate, just mix it in and you'll be okay. So we have the peanut butter. You can also add to that, or you should be adding to that a soy sauce. So 1 tablespoon. And I know someone contact me and said, Joanna, I am not tolerating gluten. So be careful. Regular soy sauce contain gluten. Tamari, which is just a sort of a different version of soy sauce, does not have gluten. So look for the tamari if you have gluten sensitivities. This has wheat in it. If you don't, you're fine, but this is, so we have a soy sauce. There are definitely options. You can use, sometimes even people use liquid aminos. It's a sort of a newer, not newer variety of soy sauce, but it's seasonings. Definitely, I would rather encourage you to do more of the tamari versus the liquid aminos. But it's a soy free if you want. And we want we have peanut butter, we have soy sauce for our saltiness, and we're going to add a little, we're gonna add a tablespoon of maple syrup. You can add others, you can use honey, you can use little brown sugar. Again, add a little sweetness to it. Okay, we have this, and you can add garlic, you can if you want, but you don't need to. Some people add ginger, you don't need to. It's like more ingredients, more complicated. If you have at home sort of chili sauce, which is already garlic and chili, you can use that. But if you don't have it, no worries. add chili flakes, perfectly fine. Chop some pepper or just add a chili things would be, it will work as well. So a teaspoon again, and you can adjust the seasonings, depends on your preferences, what you like. So I got a teaspoon of this, and also I'm going to add lemon juice, so lime juice. I squeeze some lime juice because I'm going to use quite a bit. So I'm going to add 2 tablespoons. And if you can always adjust the flavoring. So that's basically our sauce, and it's still very thick. So we would add, and we will add a little bit of water. So if you add water, it's going to thin out. So you can make drizzle, you can make more sort of might add a little bit, splash too much, but you can always adjust it back. Okay, so peanut butter or any other kind of almond butter or sunflower butter. You have your chili, you have your lemon or lime, and then you have your little sweetener and soy sauce, and that's it. And look, guys, I mean, this is basically a dipping sauce. So if you crave some Thai food, Thai flavors, here it is. And you can put it in a jar and it will keep in refrigerator for quite a while, a week or so. I would use even 2 weeks. But when dip on something, you can dip your vegetables, because you remember we all should be eating more vegetables. Your crudité with a peanut sauce. So we have that done. Perfect. Let me take a look at our. Ooh, it's baking, smelling good. Perfect. So we have that done. In the last part of our dish, so we have our protein baking, we made our sauce, our magic topping, and we're going to make a salsa. So again, this is a Thai flavor, so why not go for mango? So chopping a mango, chopping a little work, but you know what? I know everybody sort of is in a hurry, and I have the same struggles like everybody else, right? Not having sort of a lot of time for cooking, but on the weekend try to do that. I do usually prepare some meals so I can have it throughout the week. So mango, I chopped one, but I just want to quickly sort of show you there. This one is quite not like super ripe, but quite ripe. So you can use a peeler. So there are different ways of doing it. I think you can, I show in some other classes, you can cut in half and you can sort of go inside and
How to make some protein balls. Protein balls.
all right, anybody who is without the muted, put it on.
A reminder to mute if you're not asking Joanna a question.
Oh, sorry.
All right, so we have mango. So the way to do it, it's flat, right? So just don't cut yourself. But if you start from the top and you sort of go along the seed, you will get a one half. Another one sort of the same along the seed. So we have 2, halves, and this one you definitely don't want to waste it, and you cut that out and use that as well, okay? And if anybody who is a plant lover, you can open the seed inside and wrap it in the paper towel for a week, and will sprout. So you can grow your own mango in a pot. You may not get the mangoes out of that seed, depends where you live, but not definitely in Massachusetts. But I am growing one, which is like just fun to see it, right? Okay, so I am basically cutting a little pieces, and you can do it as big as small as you want. So this goes to our mango salsa. If you don't have ripe mango, use pineapple. Also, it gives a little nice zing, a little much interest. So I have already cut one mango. I'm not gonna cut more. And I'm going to also add to that cilantro, un poquito cilantro, and I'm going to add cilantro, green onions, jalapeno, right? So this is, so again, not a big deal, but it's basically chopped mango with flavoring. So you have green onions chopped, you have cilantro. If you don't like it, you can skip it. And I like spicy stuff, so I put jalapeno. But the seasonings, because salsa, right, sauces should be a little sour. So we're going to add like 2 tablespoons of lime juice.
Can you use fresh lime juice? Do you have to use fresh limes, or can you use like the stuff that you get?
Oh, you can use in the bottle, that's fine, yeah. I just had it, I bought a whole bag of limes at Trader Joe's, and sometimes they are just walking out of your refrigerator without you really knowing. So I had to use them, so I squeeze most of them, and often I would do it, squeeze it, put it in a jar and use it for water, just if you feel like a little different.
How long does it last fresh in your fridge if you squeeze a bunch?
Like a week or so, quite a bit. I will use the bottle as well. Don't feel bad about it. It's just shortcuts. It's the name of the game, right? If this makes you life easier, go for that, definitely. Just try it and see if it's okay. We're going to add red pepper for nice color, right? Because we want beauty. Eating the rainbow. So I'm adding that. Look how beautiful it is. I mean, you can slap that stuff on anything and it will look good. All right, I want a little bit more salt to it. So we have red, we have yellow, and we have okay, let me try it again. My daughter will be very critical of my salsa, so I need to make it right. And often when you cut it, my mango was a little bit on the firmer side, probably will need it another day. So if you use that and let it sit for a little bit, tomorrow would be even better. So don't feel. So we have our salsa. Beautiful, ready to go. Let me pick and check. Oh, ladies and gentlemen, you might like our tofu. My daughter probably will finally approve my my roasting technique. All right.
There's
So again, we have tofu is baking, peanut sauce is made, and we made the salsa, and we'll be waiting for the tofu to come out, and we can work on
that's
assembly.
the tofu alarm.
Mhm.
The tofu alarm is going off.
Okay, it is. So because the recipe calls for 20 to 25 minutes, I said 15 because we don't want to burn. But
Okay, I'll add another 10.
if you can add another 10, we can. Oh,
Added. Ooh.
it is maybe, you know, a little bit. Okay, looks good. Actually, I'm going to flip it. So it's toasty. It's hot, guys. Okay. Let me do that. Baby, huh? You can probably shake it and get the same result, but since we are being precise here, and we all go for the look of the dish afterwards, we want that to be even on all the sides. So, a question for you, tell me, how much protein ideally we should be getting per meal or per meal? Tell me per meal. You can post it in the.
Oh, Joanna, someone is not answering the question, but has a question, and it says, would cooking the tofu in the air fryer work along the same lines as in the oven?
Great question. I was going to actually do half in the air fryer just to test it. So 400 degrees in an air fryer, 15 minutes. Yes. Yes, yes, yes. Yes. To go for it. If you have an air fryer ready to go for it. This is a great way sort of to do it. So, okay. Faster in air fryer has basically it's like convection oven, so it gets crispy from all the sides. So would be nicer. Perfect, love it. All right, so we have mango, we have this, so we're ready to go, and we are just waiting for the other part. So let's just clean it, and I'm going to add a little bit more cilantro. For some reason, I went to the store on Monday and there was no cilantro in Whole Foods. I'm like, what's going on? So I had a little bit left in my fridge, but didn't look too hot. So I'm splitting between other meals. Okay, so we are ready. Speaking about the protein. So it's very interesting. Research points out that for muscle prevention or muscle synthesis, ideally, they found out that 30 grams of protein per meal would be the desired amount. 30 grams. So it is quite a bit of proteins. If you would go with tofu, this 1/5 of this package has 14 grams. So you would have to double it. So probably the whole package is, okay, 3 ounces has 14 grams. So you would have to get like 6 ounces of the tofu to get it around 30. It will really help you with satiety and fullness. So work on that. All right. We're moving to our next meal, which is my favorite, and my family often we often do that. So if we entertain, I will go and we'll make sushi bowls. Okay, it's not that we're going to roll our sushi, but sushi bowls basically will have sort of different elements of sort of sushi. But you can assemble it to your liking, right? So with the sushi, you have typically rice. And today we're going to the Japanese rice for sushi is short grain, so it's a specific type of rice. It's very sticky, and typically they will add a rice vinegar to that. Seasoned rice vinegar, so either sugar and the regular vinegar. I usually buy seasoned rice vinegar, so this has sugar in it. But if you don't have that, use a regular rice vinegar with a little bit of sugar to create that sort of sweetness in a rice. So, and instead of doing a regular sushi rice, which 1 cup provides with like 200, I think 40, I have to look it up, how many colors in 1 cup of rice. 1/3 is 80. So yeah, 240 around. So it's quite a bit. A cup of cauliflower is like 25 calories. So it's a big difference in the calories and the carbohydrates content between 1 cup of regular rice and 1 cup of cauliflower rice. You can go to cauliflower, that would be, a good, really healthy choice, or you can say, okay, I'm gonna have a little bit of this and a little bit of that. So you can still compromise and get sort of desirable outcome. So I just bought a bag of the rice, and this is what we're going to cook, right? So I'm just going to pop it in a microwave. Put some oil. Okay, depends on your microwave, but let's see 4 minutes here. All right. Time on. Okay, this is not my microwave. I'm have hard time to figure out how to do it. Okay, cool. This is cooking. We're going to make the salmon in the air fryer. Guys, if you have an air fryer and if you like salmon, this is the best way to do it. You have a salmon, you cut in pieces, and you slap it in the air fryer for 8 minutes, 10 minutes, depends on the thickness. This is pretty thin, and 400 degrees. Done, and it's perfect. I am going to season. You can put a little salt and pepper. You can put seasonings, paprika. You can put other stuff. I'm going to use everything but the bagel. You can find it in many different places, and literally it has a sesame seeds, it has salt, it has onion, garlic, and it's delicious, absolutely delicious. So
Joanna, someone is asking, are you using fresh cauliflower rice or frozen cauliflower rice?
Frozen.
Perfect.
I'm using this one, frozen. Yeah. So I am going to my air fryer, and I'm going to cook that. So I don't have a fancy air fryer. I have I think the cheap one, whatever, because I was so reluctant to get it because like, I don't need another gadget in my house. But after trying from my friend, I decided this is the best, and I use it almost every single day. So guys, ready to go. I had a parchment paper on it, so I don't want it to stick. And we're going to pop it in 400 degrees, and I'm doing 8 minutes. Start. Done. And now we are doing all our fixing. So the rice is cooking. If for your family, you can use white rice or brown rice. Go for it. And we're going to add different things. So soybean, edamame, right? We're going to add vegetables. So I have you can use red cabbage, you can use kale, you can use romaine lettuce, whatever the heck you like. You need a crunch. You also need a sriracha mayo, the magic. So to cut down on the calories, I'm using half mayo, half low-fat mayo, or you can use regular, it's fine, and Greek yogurt, plain. And I'm going to add sriracha. In our house, we really like sriracha. You can tell, even my 15-year-old daughter. So often when we have a sushi bowl, this is what we make: spicy sauce. If you don't like sriracha, you can use wasabi, add a little bit to make it a green sort of flavor. You can add a little garlic to it. So again, this is a very simple mix-in sauce. If you want a different flavor, you can use harissa. I used it in the past. It's a Moroccan type of seasoning. So you have your sriracha mayo ready to go, done, right? Very quickly. Now I'm going to chop it's a sushi after all. I'm going to chop my seaweed. So you can buy those snacks. My daughter likes it. So you basically take it and you cut. So you have a shredded seaweed. It gives you that sort of flavor of eating sushi, right? So that's done.
What if you're not a big seaweed person? What could you replace it or just skip it?
Skip it. The beauty about making protein bowls or healthy bowls is you can put whatever the heck.
Oh, that's our tofu timer.
Okay, perfect. Oh my God. Perfect. Close to perfect. All right, I need to go closer to you so you can see it's, and if you want it more crispy, you can do it, but it's nicely baked and ready to be assembled, which we'll do in a second. So, all right, perfect. Let's go back. So if you're not a big fan of seaweed, skip it. Seaweed is a good source of iodine, which is important for our thyroid. If you like that, and again, some people like it as a sort of snack. My daughter uses snack. So what do we need? Carrots. I usually put a bowl of carrots. I chop cucumbers. I chop avocados, and we have the edamame and the greens. So carrots, you can just use a peeler, right, to make it nice ribbons. One away. I have a special little thing that sort of makes it shredding it. You can use grater. So feel free to do whatever you want with your carrot. So we have a carrots, right? Shredded one. And usually I will put on the platter, so when someone comes, they can assemble it. Instead of salmon, use chicken. Use chicken breast, use chicken thighs, put some teriyaki, pop it in a air fryer, and you have it a really nice sort of, Asian, healthy bowl. It's a really, if you like those kind of flavors, I do. So maybe that's why often it's in our, okay, I'm plenty. You can eat the rest of it. And we're going to chop some cucumbers. And again, feel free to, you can shred it, you can, I'm just quickly going to chop on the smaller pieces. You can make a bigger, smaller, however you want. And definitely I like avocado. Gives a, again, nice sort of Perfect. And green onion and the avocado. I had one half an avocado left from my lunch today, so I am using this. Hold on. Let's remove this. Guys, it's so, the reading glasses always not when they need, well, they always need it. Okay, perfect. So here's our avocado. And going to cook just in case I don't, and we're going to assemble our bowl. We're waiting for the. Oh, perfect. I'm telling you, if you have not cooked your salmon in the air fryer, that way you're missing out on life, let me tell you. I sometimes, if I have 30 minutes for my lunch, I will literally put it in my air fryer, 10 minutes, I can cook it, I can put some other stuff and it's done. It really is that simple. All right, so for the rice, you can season the rice. In the recipe. It says add a little bit of vinegar and the sugar, and that will sort of give you the flavor of a sushi rice. If you don't want to do that often, I will not even season the rice. I will just put that on top so people can add on their own sort of additional flavoring seasoning. So don't feel sort of obligated. And I have a little bit sesame seed, so that could be ready to go. I cook some white rice because this is going to be for my daughter. So I will be for some reason. So I have this. I'm waiting for the I have my greens, and you can use kale, you can use other stuff, you can use red cabbage. It's beautiful. Okay, the salmon is ready. We're going to add some edamame on the side. So again, very simple, and definitely I'm adding the avocado and I am also adding the salmon right now to it. Oh, here's my daughter, and Gabriela, you are ready for your salmon bowl? All right. Well, let's just make it first. And I'm going to drizzle. She likes more spicy, a little green, and definitely hold on, Gabriela.
Talk about multitasking, cooking for us and your family.
Of course, otherwise I wish you could guys be with me so I can share that with you. So this is a salmon bowl. Again, create your own sort of additions, all things. You can put pickled ginger, you can use other stuff, but this is the way to go.
Looks beautiful.
All right, perfect. Gabriela, how is the tofu?
The tofu is really good.
Is it really good?
I like
This is
it.
my daughter Gabriela, and she came to try some tofu. Okay, so are you ready to try this?
Can I
Take
have
it. You can have it. Go.
Thank you,
Go.
Mama.
Go. Bon appetit. So we have one. Actually, take a picture for Facebook. Come here. We have to document, right? Stuff. Okay, so we have, I hope anybody, Gabriela, okay, and to put some seeds, some sesame seeds. Make it nice, this is better light. See, you need to do, and you can put some rice vinegar as well.
Wait.
Okay, you can wait. Okay, perfect. So we are done. Anybody, any questions with the sushi bowl? Anybody would like to make something like that? Again, it's Asian flavors are a little bit, not everybody likes it. Some people love it, but let me know. What do you think? Any takers?
I definitely will be adding it to my next week's shopping list. Looks delicious.
Okay, so here we have the rice, which I probably will be using. So adding a little bit of rice vinegar for preparation, and it's basically ready to be used. You can buy seasoned different cauliflower rice, and they have Southwestern sort of Mexican style flavors and different stuff. This is again very plain. Yes.
Someone is saying they are making it tonight for dinner, and someone else is saying I'm definitely going to try that. So
I love it.
be sure to comment what you think of it in the Facebook group after you make it. We'd love to know. I'll definitely comment.
Okay, so now let's do our tofu assembly. So we have a rice, right? I am going to add the tofu. Hold on, we need to, before we get to tofu, I want to add some greens. So you can add, I have baby kale washed. So you can add that. We want more greens, right? We want more vegetables. So we have this. You can definitely add a little bit. So you can buy like a shredded carrots. If you want a little crunch, it's always good to have an extra crunchy. Okay, we have 6 minutes and we'll make it the other stuff. Don't worry. It's okay. And now I'm going to add the tofu. Oh, my dog. Rico, I don't think tofu is your thing. I don't know. Can dog eat tofu? Maybe not. All right, so we have salsa and we have the delicious peanut butter. And you can put some either sesame seeds, or you can put different nuts or peanuts and so on. Again, very simple. You can add other stuff. So there, I'm going to use my fingers, but here's the tofu. All right, perfect. So,
someone is talking about the salmon bowl, but they're writing, I love this recipe because it's so versatile for my family. My kids won't like the bowl concept, but they love the salmon and rice. I'll just make the bowl for the adults who want more variety, which is so true because kids are like picky, and at least you don't have to make 6 separate meals. You can just mix and match it, which is awesome.
Yeah, I mean, this is what I do, like this, the sort of sushi bowl. Yeah, Gabriela often what she likes is the rice and avocado and the meat. And with the vegetables, I have to like, come on, you have to do more, but you know, it's what it is. Okay, let's very quickly make our last bowl, which is a very quickly, since we have most of the ingredients, Southwestern taco bowl. So I have some chicken and chop the chicken breast, right? Here it is. I'm going to add taco seasonings, and you have a recipe for taco seasonings, which has oregano, paprika, cumin, garlic powder, paprika, So all of it, or just buy your own, you know, ready to go. You don't need to be too fancy with that. But basically, you
The
have.
Trader Joe's taco seasoning is a favorite of mine.
Oh, is it?
It's
Okay.
really good.
Yeah. Trader Joe's, it's spicy. I really like it. And so I usually use like a half of it for if I make a ground turkey or beef or whatever. So, ladies and gentlemen, we have that. I don't know if gentlemen, yes, we do. So chicken, we add that seasoning to it, right? And you know, you can make it even in advance and marinate and get a little bit more flavor to it. So we're gonna fry that, and we're going to add a little red onion to it and peppers. So this is our fajita style sort of, right? And we're also going to add that corn that was missing from the shopping list too. So a lot of flavor, right? Simple, but we have chicken, we have the pepper, and we're going to make the pico de gallo. Okay, so pico de gallo, let's make it now. Pico de gallo is just basically a salsa. So if you don't feel like making pico de gallo, don't make pico de gallo. I chopped Roma tomatoes. Unfortunately, this time of the year, Roma tomatoes are terrible. So I don't even know why I did this. But just for that, but you can chop the tomatoes and you add some. You can add where is my red onions, because this is part of it, right? So red onion, and you can add, and you should be adding lemon juice, salt and pepper. And this is your pico de gallo. You can add some. I also had some green onion from, I think I chopped to one of the, as a decoration. So you can add a little bit of that, or you can add cilantro, right? Because we talk about, so it's pretty, right? It's just a tomato salsa, not much. Pico de gallo is tomato, fresh tomato salsa. But if you don't feel like making that, jar is perfectly fine. So don't feel too overwhelmed. So we're going to cook that, and we're going to add the corn with the chicken and the bell pepper, and we're going to assemble with put a little black beans and shredded cheese and yogurt for instead of sour cream, right? Because we do trying to do healthy. So now the question is, okay, I don't use convection oven much. This is my mother-in-law kitchen, so I hope it works. I was almost panicking when I got here and I could not do the convection oven, but it's heating up. So I am going to probably do half of it because I don't have a ginormous pan. I have a cast iron, but let's just do half and see how it goes. Anybody's making that as well? This recipe is from a Skinny Taste blog. I don't know if any of you are using. I highly recommend a lot of very simple recipes. Are we past the time? We are right on time. Start counting, 5 more minutes. Okay, so I'm heating my oil, my frying pan, and I'm going to add avocado oil. I'm going to add my half of my chicken because I don't want to overcrowd the. Okay, it's cooking. The rest of it I will cook later on. But again, you can use the. So weird when you use the cooked stove. I never know how to set it up. You know, when you're not using something all the time, it's sort of not your kitchen. Okay, so this is cooking for a few minutes. So again, we chop the chicken smaller pieces so it will cook faster. And guess what? I bet if you add all of that and throw it into the air fryer, it will cook as well. It will, because you can, if you have the basket, you can put it in, or you can take the basket and just use it, and it will be probably perfectly fine. Okay. You know what, I should probably open the window before I set the fire alarm. All right. It smells good, you know, it's like that fajita seasoning, it's really, really nice. Very, very nice. And with the peppers, whatever peppers you have, I use poblano, which is like the red sort of elongated peppers, has a little bit different flavors than your regular, but whatever you have, it will work for sure. And so I'm going to add the onion and the pepper and cook it till it's done. Gonna add a little bit of and actually I should have probably cut the chicken even smaller so it will cook much faster. So this is like a literally 30-minute meal. If you come from home, again, maybe having those stuff available, chopped, you can make it. And it doesn't take that much time. All right, perfect. So this is cooking. I'm going to add some of the peppers. I'm cranking up the heat, guys. My patience are getting lower because we don't have much time. All right. I was just sort of talking today to how everybody's sort of feeling end of January, not so motivated, I guess, to do much. It's more bundle up and stay at home. So maybe it is a good time to cook some comfort food. All right. Oh, it smells so wonderful, but it's still a few minutes. So, any questions about that different protein bowls or healthy bowls? Any questions regarding nutrition? No? Any questions, I don't know, regarding to anything, if I know the answer?
I have a question about the tofu. How long can you store it in the fridge after you bake it?
I would, you know what, I would say probably 3-4 days would be perfectly fine.
Okay, great. And
It's like a chicken, I mean, you don't want to, you know, keep it too long. It's protein, so high protein, the foods will get spoiled quickly. I mean, I don't know if you ever kept black beans a little bit too long, or any beans in the refrigerator, and you get sort of absolutely horrible smell.
someone is sharing pictures in the group chat. You'll have to check it out before you sign off tonight. And they're making their meal prep for lunch tomorrow with one of your recipes. They're posting the pictures. It looks delicious. And someone, yeah, it looks awesome. You'll have to check it out. Someone
I-
else is asking, where can I find all these recipes?
Oh, good question. So if I sent via email all the recipes and other sort of information about different sauces and different stuff. I will post it also on Facebook. If you access this via Facebook, look it up and go to files, and I will upload there. If not, just ask your dietitian.
Yes, your
And-
dietitian will be able to send you the recipes if you can't access them via email or via our Facebook group. And then another person is asking, what does tofu taste like?
Doesn't taste like much. Anything. It sort of has a very bland flavor, but it absorbs the flavor that you add on. If you it's not expensive source of protein. A brick of tofu will cost you like I don't know right now, less than $2. So maybe experiment with that. I'm adding the corn. Experiment with that, or maybe to go next time. So often tofu in a restaurants may be deep fried, so it's not the healthiest option. Anything deep fried, it's not. But
Oh, Joanna, this is so cool. We have another person who's sharing their photos of the food that they're making during it. It looks delicious. It looks like we've got the tofu and the salmon bowl there. So amazing.
oh my gosh, I love it. Hold on. How do I go and see it?
If you click on the chat in the bottom, it should pop up right in the chat.
Oh my gosh, this is so awesome. Gorgeous.
It looks great. It looks like we have a bunch of cooks, professional cooks. They're a run for your money. You're gonna have to do a teacher and like a joint class someday.
I know.
That'll
All
be-
right, so let me see so guys, I am going to post it on Facebook, right? But you got the concept. Is we're going to cut the rice, we're gonna get the, and again, I would encourage you to use the cauliflower rice because it does have much fewer calories, much fewer grams of carbohydrate, and it's basically vegetable. If you sort of say, Joanna, we try and it doesn't do much for me, you still can do half and a half. So if you cook your rice, again, scoop some of that and add another one, and you'll be okay. Okay. I'm cooking that, adding the water. Oi. Probably a little bit too much, but the corn will be cooked, so we'll be ready to assemble. So ladies and gentlemen, I appreciate your attendance. I know it's Tuesday, it's late at night, it's 8:10 in Boston. And I don't know, on West Coast is 5 something. So I don't know if you're able to log in from which part of the country, but I do appreciate. We try to have those cooking classes once a month or so on different topics. Also, if you are interested, all the classes are recorded, and on our Form Health YouTube channel, you can find previous classes. If you, again, it's maybe 1 hour if you want to. We have on air fryer, we have soups, we have pho, we have different sort of themes, so you can check it out if you want. But if not, I will see you at the next class. I haven't come up with the topic, but if you feel like you have any strong suggestions, send it my way.
Thank you so much, Joanna. This was awesome.
Good night, everybody.
Bye.